Who are you? My name is Galore. I must be dreaming. Honor Blackman shocked the world in tight leather outfits that made censors panic. Her television show was banned in America. Entire scenes were cut in Britain. But that was just the beginning. Behind the cameras she was throwing grown men to the ground with real martial arts. At 39 she broke Hollywood's biggest rule and became the oldest woman to seduce James Bond. But her most scandalous secret wasn't what she wore. It was what she did in private. Honor Blackman was born on August 22, 1925 at 200 Cumberland Road in Canning Town, Plaistow, one of East London's toughest neighborhoods in the years after the First World War. The area was full of overcrowded tenements. Unemployment was high and outbreaks of influenza were still common. Her father worked as a civil service statistician and earned just enough to keep food on the table for his wife Edith and their 4 children. The family home didn't even have an indoor bathroom until the late 1930s. For Honor, childhood meant playing in bomb-damaged streets and going to grammar school classes held in makeshift huts because of the housing shortages. Many children around her suffered from malnutrition, with health records from 1926 showing that 18% of East London children had stunted growth due to poverty. But the neighborhood had a strong community spirit, with church, bazaars, brass bands, and free storytelling at the local library. When Honor was 9, she attended a library opening where poetry was read aloud. She later said that moment felt like discovering a secret key to another world, sparking a love of performance that never left her. On her 16th birthday in 1941, as the Blitz raged and rationing grew tighter, her father gave her an unusual choice. She could have a new bicycle, which cost 5 guineas, or take elocution lessons at a private studio for 10 shillings a session. Even though she admitted she secretly longed to race the neighborhood boys on a bike, she chose the lessons. That decision changed everything. Her tutor, Mrs. Marion Cody, introduced her to Shakespeare, John Donne's sonnets, and Ibsen's dramas. It didn't take long for Cody to realize her potential. She wrote to Honor's father, urging him to enroll her part-time at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. Despite the cost, Frederick scraped together the fees, and in October 1941, while London was still under nightly air raids, Honor began taking classes at Guildhall. It was a leap few from PTO's council estates could dream of. The following year, when she was only 16, Honor took an even bolder step. She volunteered as a motorcycle dispatch rider for the Home Office's Civil Defense, a job usually reserved for men. After passing tough tests in motorcycle maintenance, navigation, and first aid, she was issued a 500 cubic centimeters Norton Model 18 and the codename Tess. Other riders quickly nicknamed her Top Gear Tessie because of her fearless high-speed rides through blackout conditions, often while Luftwaffe bombers were overhead. From her base at Downing Street, she carried secret communiques between Churchill's war rooms, the Ministry of Aircraft Production, and field hospitals. Some nights she covered as much as 120 m in a single shift. On April 14, 1943, she braved a direct air raid on Victoria Station to deliver a microfilm with decrypted Enigma data, an act later described as vital to operational security. She carried no weapon, only her long leather coat, which she joked could double as padding against shrapnel. For decades, the full extent of these missions remained unknown until she finally revealed them in a 2005 memoir. After the war, she took her first steps into acting. In 1947, she appeared in Fame as the Spur, filmed at Denham Studios as a maid in Parliament. But disaster struck on set when a horse in a cavalry scene stepped on her braided hair, pinning her head to the ground. If its hoof had landed just inches further forward, it would have crushed her skull. She was pulled out, bleeding from a gash too long, and had to undergo scalp grafts and eyebrow reconstruction at Charing Cross Hospital. She later joked that no stunt in her James Bond career ever frightened her as much as that horse. At the same time, she worked exhausting hours to fund her studies. From 1940 to 1946, she trained at Guildhall by day and worked nights as a clerical assistant in the Home Office's Statistics Division. She averaged 57 hours a week with 20 hours of drama training, 32 hours of clerical work plus homework and long commutes through blackout streets. On June 22, 1944, just after D-Day, she handled 1,245 incoming dispatches in one shift, staying calm even as bombs shook the office windows. She often fainted from exhaustion, but she kept pushing forward. By the time she graduated from Guildhall in July 1946, she was offered a permanent position at the Home Office. She turned it down for a chance at the stage, starting as an understudy in The Guinea Pig. That September, her career nearly ended before it began. On opening night, March 29, 1946, the lead actress suddenly fell ill and Honor was pushed on stage without warning. She had never spoken a line in public, yet she performed with such confidence that critics called her astonishingly poised and magnetic. Within weeks, she was offered major roles and her career took off. By 1950, she joined the Rank Organization's company of youth at Pinewood Studios, widely known as the Charm School. It promised young actors a future in film, but the reality was grueling. She earned just $10 a week, while established actors made $100 and studio executives controlled nearly every move she made. The pressure grew so intense that in 1954 she was hospitalized for 3 weeks with severe anxiety. Despite the setbacks, she delivered memorable performances in films like Quartet in 1948 and So Long at the Fair in 1950, before eventually leaving Rank in 1958 to take back control of her career. Her biggest breakthrough came on television in the early 1960s, playing Kathy Gale in The Avengers. She insisted on doing her